Hello, I'm William with Alamo Construction, and today I wanted to come before you and talk about some things that are on the nitty-gritty side of roofing and construction in general. So issues that we usually come upon while doing a roof, you don't really know until it happens, unfortunately, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. One thing that we have happen a whole lot, whenever we tear off the roof, we're in that process of taking off all the shingles, we get to the wood, and that's where our number one issue normally comes from. So we tear off the shingles and you get your whole decking area, which is usually plywood. A lot of the times it's rotten or it's just very old and brittle. And so what we do, we will go get new plywood. 3 sheets always come free with Alamo, and we will install that, take out the bad sheet, and we'll put in a whole new sheet for you. That way you're getting the best of the best out there. Sometimes we run into old decking, which could be like old 1x6s, 1x8s, and so on and so forth, the larger. We'll go and we'll replace those as well. Before the 70s is when we run into old roofs like that. So we'll take out the whole board and we'll install a new board for you. Sometimes when we get to a house, it's a beautiful house, and there's lots of trees, bushes, flowers. Sometimes you'll see a fountain there. What we do to protect that, we have something called a catch-all system, and we'll set that up on the house, and we will put that right there where the gutter is, if the house has a gutter, just on the side of the house. That way when all of our debris is falling, it'll catch onto our catch-all system and be like a slide, and it'll transfer it, direct it away from the flowers and everything else. So one of our main goals is safety. It's a priority. We want to protect your area, your house. This is what you've worked all your life for, a beautiful house, and we want to make sure that it stays beautiful and we don't have any issues. Other issues that we could come across, we have a lot of vehicles coming in your driveway or across the road. It gets a little backed up, so you'll have to excuse us if we take up the driveway. We have a big Ford 350 that comes in with a dump trailer. We'll back it up to your house. That way there's less trash all around your house. We're not perfect. No company is 100% perfect out there. We all have mistakes, but we always own up to it and we make it right. On several occasions, primarily within the last month and a half, we've come to do some older houses, and the drywall is already quite old, brittle. There's already cracks running down it, and we get there, we get on the roof. Lots of vibrations happen when you're on the roof. 6, 7, 8 plus guys. And that's a lot of weight, a lot of vibrations when we're tearing off the shingles, putting in new plywood, taking out old plywood. A lot going on up there, it's very busy. Sometimes the vibrations cause things to crack a little worse. Accidents happen, we deal with it, we understand. So what we do, it'll have to be a different day, unfortunately. Not all things can be fixed immediately. We'll come back, we're gonna fix your ceiling, we're gonna fix the wall. So a house that we did recently, we get up there and we already knew that the roof needed to be replaced. The wood underneath, all the decking, all the plywood. We ordered 70 sheets of plywood for this roof. We used every bit of it. We take it off, and then what lies underneath, you have your rafters. 2x4s that could be 10 foot long, 20 foot long, your beams, everything that's under your roof. This house had been leaking and had been in bad shape had to be a couple of years. So on the top of the ridge, you got a beam. And then you have your rafters that laid across. Termites and rain and water damage had gone in there so long and so bad that the beam wasn't even touching some of the rafters anymore. They had just deteriorated about 2 inches. So when our guys were up there walking across, you could see the whole roof starting to go in. So immediately we took action, and this was a roof that had old 1x12s on there, long planks. Took those off, we hopped in, and we started tearing the roof off from the inside for the safety of everybody. And unfortunately, this is one of the last things that we would wish upon anybody. We had to replace the entire roof. Everything was gone down to the studs in the walls, to the top of the ceiling. That's what we had to do. We had to go, and it was an emergency, of course. At Alamo, we're not gonna cover up termite damage, we're gonna fix it to make it 100%. If we would have just covered it up, this house would not have survived another winter. With the weight of the snow, with the vibrations of the wind, and just the constant contributor time, the roof would have collapsed on the individuals inside, the husband and wife. Who knows if they could have been at work or could have been at home. And so we let the homeowner know, and unfortunately it cost another good amount. So that's what we had to do yesterday. It took a lot longer than what we wanted to, all day yesterday and half the day today. But the roof is done, the customer's satisfied. Anything we at Alamo can do for you, don't hesitate to call us, let us know, and we'll see you out there.